I took my basic training in Fort Lewis, Washington. Fort Lewis, Washington was the school of tank destroyers and combat engineers. We were the only medic outfit taking their basic training at that facility during that period. In fact, it was on the North Fort in Fort Lewis, Washington. At that time, we made acquaintance with some of the other Chicanos that were in the service, especially a group of combat engineers from Texas. It was a battalion of 1,500 combat engineers. We took our basic training, we participated in maneuvers in Bend, Oregon, and so on and so on. Most of them were Mexican kids from Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. In Normandy, during the Hesh Groves below Carentan, we had our field hospital there where we were receiving all the wounded, all the fighting that was taking place in that part of the peninsula. We see this little guy coming between the Hesh Groves. The Hesh Groves have been there for over 1,000 years, and they divide one plot of land from the other, and usually they're only about an acre in size. So this little guy is walking. He's about 5'4", little guy, and he had 15 German prisoners ahead of him. And we recognize him as one of the guys from Fort Lewis, from the combat battalion, from the combat engineers. And we stopped him and we asked him, I says, hey, where are you guys billeted? Where in the hell are you guys? He says, you know what? Out of the 1,500, I'm the only one. I have no unit. I have nobody. It's just me. And I wanted to bring that up because I don't want society to ever forget what our contribution has been by the Hispanic GIs, Chicanos, Latinos, whatever you want to name them. I think they gave their lives. And it's a shame that history hasn't been fit to record their heroic efforts. I'm saying it now so people will understand the way I feel. While in Normandy, I want to bring to light an incident that happened. To me, it was one of the most important periods of my life that did a tremendous change and that made me a believer. While in Normandy, while we had set up our first installation as a receiving hospital, I was given the assignment of taking care of a wounded paratrooper from the 82nd Airborne. He had lost his legs. He was very bad shape. I was given the assignment and told to take care of him 24 hours a day. Well, it so happens that this individual lost his legs completely, both legs. And for 5 days, I never asked his name. He never asked for mine. But he said, on the 5th day, he tells me, Frank, pick me up. All my bodies are marching by. I have to join them. Behind me is a painting. And in that painting is part of that experience that I had. I picked him up. He looked into my eyes, and he closed his eyes and died. Excellent experience that I've kept bottled up for me, inside of me for more than 60 years. Finally, I decided to that I had to do something about it, and I did this painting that's behind me, as I was and as I am now as an old man. And it's an episode, an experience that happened that particular evening. As I walked in, it's a small town between the beaches of Normandy and Carentan. Was this little village, and this small village had a building there that was probably built during the Crusades, at least 11,000 years ago. At least 1,000 years ago. It was completely destroyed. There was a little church, and as I walk up the steps, I felt an emotion that I've only felt twice in my lifetime. I'm 83. That was the first time. Every conceivable emotion that you can feel within yourself, love, hate, whatever experiences you've had, as I walked up, I said, I am home. Why I said those three words, I don't know. But as I said, I am home, the tears started running down my cheeks. And it's an emotion that I never told it to anybody, for the simple reason that we always have locked up within ourselves something of our lives that nobody will believe. But since I had to put it on canvas, it's behind me.